Johnny Murray here, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today, we're going to be talking about the Xbox Developer Direct that was just announced a couple weeks ago, or I think it was a week ago, I don't know. But nonetheless, they announced an Xbox Developer Direct for 2025, happening on Thursday, January 23rd. And I'm really excited about this, and we're going to get into all of that, and we're going to do our predictions, we're going to do our what to expect, because I have a lot of, I guess, just research that I've done, or just a lot of thinking, and I've done a lot of digging, and I kind of just want to go over everything, cover all the bases, so when Thursday comes, we're either surprised or we're livid, and I really hope it could be both of them. So we're going to talk about that, but if you guys love video games, no matter what you love, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, third-party, PC, VR, indie, whatever it may be, consider subscribing, sharing with your friends. We cover video games daily on this channel. I appreciate all the support you guys give me, especially the support on this channel right here. But let's get talking about the Xbox Developer Direct. Now, before we even get talking about what's in this show, what is the Xbox Developer Direct? And that is a question that I would love to answer because I love these shows. I think these are some of the best put on events throughout the entire year. I just love the production value of them. I love the pacing of them. And I love just the way they're formatted and what they do for the thing that they are promoting. I think they are just really, really well done. And this started about two years ago. This is technically the third time they're doing it. But I think it's technically the second year anniversary because you don't count the first one as a 1 year anniversary. That's like the start. So I think this is technically like the 2 year anniversary, but this is the third annual, Xbox Developer Direct. So take that how you will. But the first time, we had things like Redfall, Forza Motorsport, Minecraft Legends, and I think there was something. Oh yeah, it was Elder Scrolls Online. And there ended up being a fifth surprise game, which ended up being a shadow drop of Hi-Fi Rush. We all remember that absolutely amazing moment. And then last year's Xbox Developer Direct, we got the Indiana Jones reveal pretty much. We got the Avowed in-depth look. We got the Our History Untold game. Is that what it's called? And there was something else. I forget what the other one was. But then there was also the fifth surprise game. Again, there was a hidden fifth game. Except this time it wasn't a reveal or a shadow drop. It was just a update / advertising of a game that was coming out called Visions of Mana, published by Square Enix. And so, coming to this year, I feel like Xbox Developer Direct has gotten better each year. I feel like last year's was better than the first one, and I feel like they just keep improving it a little bit, putting in better games, putting in better things to show. But this time, they have announced the lineup of games being Doom: The Dark Ages, which is the headline one. I mean, of course. I mean, it's Doom: The Dark Ages. They have the Expedition 33, Clair Obscure's Expedition 33. They have South of Midnight, and they have already confirmed there will be a surprise new game announcement as the fourth game. So there's a lot of things to go over there. And we're going to talk, but let's go ahead and go to the Xbox Wire post, the thing that Microsoft actually posted themselves talking about it, and let's see what they had to say about it. It's time to get a look at what's next. Developer Direct is back on Thursday, January 23rd at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. UK. Fans will get an inside look at a selection of highly anticipated games coming to Xbox Series X, S, PC, and Game Pass players this year. Presented by the game creators themselves, Developer Direct offers an in-depth look at the upcoming titles, how they're being created, and who's creating them. We'll visit Compulsion Games in Montreal, Canada to learn more about South of Midnight. Head to Montpellier, France, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, to see Sandfall Interactives for a look at Clair Obscure Expedition 33, and stop by the legendary ID or id Studios in Richardson, Texas to check in on Doom: The Dark Ages and visit a surprise location to see another studio's brand new game. And then they go in and talk about each game specifically, but let's just go ahead and stop right there and talk about the information we just got. So they confirmed 4 games, 3 of them being South of Midnight, Clair Obscure Expedition 33, and Doom: The Dark Ages, and the 4th one being a brand new game from another surprise studio. So how do I feel about this lineup? Honestly, I think just off rip, it's the best lineup a developer direct has had. I think last year was definitely a very good lineup with Indiana Jones, with Avowed, and with something else. I forget what that other one is. Hellblade 2. That's right. It was Hellblade 2. But I do feel like this one is the most exciting because I feel like I feel like these are all games like majority of people are like, yes, I want to see more of this game so bad. Whereas Hellblade 2, we kind of just wanted a release date. We've already seen the game so many times. We just wanted a release date. Indiana Jones was like the first time we were ever seeing it. And then Avowed, this was kind of like a game where people were kind of like mixed on it, a little hit or miss. Some people were excited, some people were not. I think now a lot of people are very excited for that game, and for good reason. But I feel like this time, all three of these games, everybody is like, I can't wait to see more of this. And then there's already a confirmed brand new game announcement. I feel like that's just very exciting. I feel like it's very exciting, and I absolutely love this lineup. Now, what I think of each game specifically. South of Midnight, this is a game I've had my eye on for a while. I think this could be a very, very huge success for Xbox. I could see this being another Hi-Fi Rush moment where we don't really have any expectations, but it is this smaller, super creative project with a lot of passion and care put into it. And I could see it hitting all the notes we want it to. And same thing with Clair Obscur Expedition 33. This is something that it just seems like it's trying to experiment and explore in a genre that we don't get very often. And it looks super, super promising, a lot of potential. It just really depends how they execute on it. So very interested to see more on that. And then Doom the Dark Ages, of course, is a sequel to one of the like better modern franchises out there, especially when it comes to the first-person shooter genre being Doom. And Doom Dark Ages looks to be just cranking it up 10 notches, as if you could even do that with Doom. And yeah, it's super duper exciting. Doom the Dark Ages is actually my second most anticipated game right now. So that is very, very exciting. I can't wait to see it. But yeah, so let's go ahead and let's talk about each game, specifically what Xbox had to say about it. So starting with Doom the Dark Ages, developed by id Software. Doom the Dark Ages is the prequel to the critically acclaimed Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal that tells the epic cinematic origin story of the Doom Slayer's rage. In this third installment of the modern Doom series, players will step into the blood-stained boots of the Doom Slayer in this never-before-seen dark and sinister medieval war against hell. Learn more during the full game reveal at Developer Direct. So we got a lot of information here. Number one is that this is a prequel, which I feel like we already knew that, but they did confirm this is a prequel, and this is going to be telling the epic cinematic origin story of the Doom Slayer's rage. Now, this is super duper exciting because this is something we've never really gotten from a Doom game before. Like, if they really do focus on kind of like a story, or more specifically a character arc, the other Doom games have a story, but I don't feel like they focus on Doomslayer as much. And I don't fault the games for that, but I do think it could benefit a lot. I think it could make the whole experience so much better. Now, granted, we are talking about a dude who just chainsaws people and bashes skulls in, so it's like, okay, what do you really want out of a character arc? But you'd be surprised. Games have come up with much more interesting character arcs with much crazier characters before, so I'm very interested to see how we're going to do that. And then, to me, my favorite thing about this whole thing is that it is medieval themed. Medieval is such an awesome, dope, like, theme to put behind a Doom game. Like, that just screams match made in heaven, and I cannot wait to see it. And I did say that we are going to be seeing the full game reveal at the Developer Direct. So we're going to be seeing gameplay. We're going to be seeing story. We're going to be seeing content features. We're going to be seeing a lot of different things in this reveal. And I'm super duper excited. And what I think we're going to get here is a release date. It was confirmed for 2025. And I do believe this will be a first half of 2025. If I had to put my guess, I think it's going to be spring, either March, April, May. That's my guess. If I really had to pinpoint, I'm going to say April. That's like my pinpoint guess. But yeah, very, very excited to see Doom. If you can show me gameplay, just tease the gameplay of when you're in that giant mech, I'll lose my mind. And something else I'm gonna ask, please announce a collector's edition for this game, because as you guys know, if you've been following the channel, I am addicted to collector's editions as of last year. And so that is now a new hobby of mine, is collector's editions. So if you can announce a collector's edition for my second most anticipated game right now, I'm in. I'm absolutely in. And then the next thing we're talking about is South of Midnight. Compulsion Games, the creators of Contrast and We Happy Few, will share a deep dive on South of Midnight, a third-person action-adventure game set in the American Deep South. As Hazel, you will explore the mythos and confront mysterious creatures inspired by Southern folklore to unravel her family's hidden past in this dark, modern folktale. I don't think anybody will disagree if you say that this game has an interesting, if dare I say, awesome concept. I think that this game's concept is just out of this world, really, really cool. Number one, just with its visual style being that stop motion kind of claymation looking game, but then also the fact that it is a platformer, the fact that it is kind of action adventure, but then also where it's based, American Deep South. So we're talking like Georgia, we're talking Alabama, we're talking stuff like that. And I think it's really interesting that we're exploring folklore, we're exploring like mythical stuff within this interesting visual concept, within this area that you don't really see games go very often. And I think that's really, really cool. I think this game is going to be able to explore a lot of different story pieces and a lot of different world building pieces. But I think the big thing that everybody wants to be sold on here is the gameplay. We know the game looks pretty. We know what it's technically about. Obviously, we definitely want to see more plot. Like, okay, who's the main antagonist? What's the goal here? Like, what's the actual plot? But the big thing here is we want to see gameplay. Is this going to be layered? Is there going to be good progression? Is there going to be good exploration? We want to know all these things, and I really hope we see that. But undoubtedly, this game's concept is through the roof awesome, and I just can't wait to see more, and I really hope it lives up to the hype. Very excited to see it on Thursday. And then Clair Obscur's Expedition 33. Sandfall Interactive will take us behind the scenes at their studio to shed some light on the development of Clair Obscur Expedition 33, this debut studio's incredible new RPG. The team will share more about the game's creation and how they plan to deliver an incredible story in a gorgeous fantasy world. Alright, so this game is interesting because we've talked about it multiple times. This is, again, a game I'm very, very excited for. It's definitely up there on my list. And it's basically attempting to recreate or do its own Persona / Atlas type turn-based RPG, where it is that turn-based RPG, except in this game, it is real-time turn-based RPG, meaning you have to dodge in real time, you have to parry, you have to aim in real time, but when you do attacks and when you use items, it is still in turn-based formation. I think that's so cool. That's so clever. It's such a great idea. And then obviously this game visually looks incredible. It looks incredible. It is in Unreal Engine 5, so that's definitely a little bit of a worry, but I don't think that automatically should cause concern. I just think it should definitely be known that, okay, there is a possibility that Unreal Engine 5 could cause some issues. But then also, I think for me, the thing I'm most looking forward to this game is its story. Again, this is another one where the concept is so dang good. If it just executes on what it's set out to be, it really could be special. I'm going to reiterate the concept of the story for anybody who hasn't heard it. Basically, in this world, there is basically a clock or a timer, which every year it selects a new number. That number, people of that age, that year will die. And in this case, when this game is taking place, the year they're in, the number selected is 33, meaning everybody who is at the age of 33 will die. And that's the point of this game, is they are sending out an expedition to stop whatever is causing this, because this has been happening for years and years and years. And so this is the Expedition 33 to stop the age of 33 from dying. And I just think that's such an interesting concept. If you have characters that you get emotionally invested into, if you have an antagonist that seems like interesting. I just feel like you can do so much here. You can do so much here, and I'm super duper excited to see how they explore that. And I'm just curious what they're going to do in this Direct. We've already seen a pretty good chunk of the game, but we definitely need a release date. As well as South of Midnight, we also need a release date. And yeah, we're just going to see more. But now for that surprise game. I feel like that's what everybody clicked on this video for. You want to know, what am I expecting for that surprise game? And there is a couple things. When I first saw it, my mind instantly went to Double Fine. It's been a few years since Psychonauts 2, and we have heard that they're working on a smaller, newer thing. Maybe it's time to just show that. Maybe Shadow drop this year. But what I will say is, at the beginning of this video, we read their opening statement about this whole Direct, and they said, fans will get an inside look at selection of highly anticipated games coming to Xbox Series X, S, PC, and Game Pass players this year. Meaning, whatever this surprising game is, it probably is going to come out this year. I mean, that's what I'm reading here. So immediately I was like, okay, maybe it's Double Fine. But then I was thinking, oh wait, but there's a lot of smoke, a lot of rumors, a lot of leaks about an Oblivion remake. Okay, maybe it's that. That would be absolutely hype. But then Jez Corden, a very reliable insider in the industry on Twitter, said that according to his sources, this surprise game reveal is a new entry in a Japanese franchise with decades of history. And that just threw everybody for a loop. Like, I genuinely blanked out. I'm like, what the heck could this even be? I heard people saying Dragon Quest 12, which is a good shout, but technically that game has already been announced, so I don't know if they consider that. And, you know, just going through, like, what I, like, could think of, there was one thing that I thought of the other day that I was like, you know what? It's kind of right in front of our face the whole time, and I don't feel like we're giving it enough attention. What has been the most rumored Japanese game in the last month or two? Resident Evil 9. Does that have decades of history? Yup. Is that a Japanese franchise? Yup. Is it on Xbox? Yup. Is it technically rumored to come out this year? Kinda. I think there is a good shot. There is a good shot that this is Resident Evil 9. Now, the thing is, I feel like that's really big for an Xbox developer direct, and they also love PlayStation events. So it kind of feels weird, but at the same time, all the pieces just fit. Like, all the criteria that we just talked about, it checks all of that. And so it's kind of interesting. But for me, that's my final prediction is Resident Evil 9, because I honestly can't think of anything else. But another prediction. Will there be a 5th hidden game in the developer direct? We know there's going to be 4, one of them being a surprise game. Will there be a 5th hidden game? The game may not be a surprise itself, but it being in the event will be a surprise. I'm going to say yes. And ladies and gentlemen, if that surprise new game announcement is a Japanese franchise, I think this 5th hidden game will be either Double Fine or Oblivion. Or it will be the Final Fantasy ports that have been highly rumored or been waiting for a long time. Or it'll be Metal Gear Delta with a release date. I think all of those things are possibilities. I think there are a lot of possibilities with this developer direct. And that's why it's just so exciting. We're already getting games that look super good and that we're super excited to see more. But then there's a lot of possibilities for surprises and going beyond expectation. And that's what excites me, because I think these developer directs, again, are put on very, very well. And these are always a great way to kickstart the year. And we're going to be doing another video on the channel eventually talking about what to expect from just Xbox's 2022, because they have a stacked lineup. They haven't even included Outer Worlds 2 or Fable in this direct, and those are 2 Xbox games scheduled to come out this year. Also another Call of Duty. Like, there is a lot of Xbox stuff this year, and they are cooking. And I think this is going to be a great way to start the year. But let me know in the comments, what do you think all these games will be? What are you excited to see? When do you think some of these games are gonna come out? I would love to talk about it. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Johnny Morales. Peace.